A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, The Twin Flame Union. In this particular channeling session, I would be sharing some information that would really help you to up your game in the ascension journey. We all have been hearing a lot about 3D to 5D, 3D to 5D, 3D to 5D, and literally so many people are working on this area, or they are trying to tell themselves that yes, I'm in 3D and now I'm moving to 5D, then I'll be going to 4D, etc., etc. But what exactly is 3D to 5D, and how do you reach to 3D and 5D or above? If you have heard my previous channelings, I have told you that people are also in 6D and 7D. So 5D is not the final destination, and above 7D you have 8D, 9D, 10D, 11D and 12D. So how does it work in the twin flame ascension journey? First of all, when you are doing this work, you need to know the system of your chakra, and there's a lot of information mentioned in the description box also that you can check out. Whether you take it or not, that's a different thing. You need to check out this information deeply. Because sometimes what happens is that we have certain downloads which are maybe stagnant in our system, but we don't know what to do with it. And channelings are a way or a source to help you out. In fact, receiving channelings is also connected with chakras. You might think, how is that possible? It is possible because you get your intuition from your third eye. Third eye is where all the downloads come to, and that is why we hear a ringing in our ears also, or we have visions. So visions, all these activities, they happen above the throat, in the head space. Through the head space we see the visions, through the head space we get the intuition, through the head space we get the downloads, the frequency message. There are many other ways also. Some people do channeling via letters, some people do channelings via artwork also. So different people have different ways, and some people do multiple ways. Then we have the cards, then we have astrology, and some people do by face. They just look at the face and they get messages of a person. The person is sitting in front of them and they will start receiving a lot of things about them. So these type of talks will not be heard in a worldly world. And when we say three-dimensional reality is related to the sansaric world that we live in. But there are many people, trust me, who are on this journey, they are struggling even with 3D. We need to understand that how can we go to 5D when our own 3D is not functioning well? If there are blocks in the third chakra, the first chakra and the second chakra, how are you going to go to the 5D and the 4D? So this is the reason why I'm doing this channeling, because I think that there is some clarity that is needed in this subject. Little bit of clarity also would be very good. Okay. Our first D, 1D basically is connected to the root chakra. Okay. Now this is not connected to the 3D or 5D figures that are created. Okay, this is slightly different from it, but there are also creatures who live in the one-dimensional world or two-dimensional world. Okay, human beings, because we can stand upright, we can walk backward, and we can go forward also, we can go right, we can go left, so we are experiencing a three-dimensional reality. But if you look at ants, or if you look at lizards, there are so many such creatures who are moving in these dimensions or living in these dimensions. That's why sometimes we also say that, to reach a human life is not easy. After many lives as animals, birds, insects, trees, there are still some animals and trees which are living in a very high dimension also. Because, there are exceptions and there are ascensioners in every field, in every reality, in every world. Also, we live in a multi-dimensional universe, which means right where you are right now, there could be so many other parallel realities. It will not be visible to you, But as you grow and you become, ahead, you go ahead, step above, you'll start experiencing those things also. There are some people, they have some exceptional gifts in them that when they meet people, they can see literally their past and their future. Okay. Once again, these type of talks will not be done in a 1D, 2D or even in 3D world. A person who is materialistically well off, you could say materialistically or in a family way or in a, you can say independence wise, they are basically doing fine in the 3D world. Because even to generate things that you need in the 3D world, you need to have a certain type of focus in your life. Okay. It is said for the divine feminines that their lower chakras are blocked, but the upper chakras are not so blocked. So they have some gift of intuition, or they have some good speaking skills, they speak well, they are communicative, or their crown is working. But if there is no connection with the bottom chakras, then even those cannot function fully. So they are also blocked in some ways. In many ways they are also blocked. This is the reason why when we do chakra therapy, we use colors, we use frequencies, and we use Bij mantra. Every particular chakra has a Bij mantra. Now one of the most powerful Bij mantra is the Bij mantra called Ram, which I have already told you, Ram or Ram. You can say Ram or you can say Ram. Both means the same thing. So when you say Ram, 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 it activates your third chakra. And why is it so powerful? Because this is the one Bij mantra that can unblock chakras above and chakras below. Similarly, your root chakra has a sound, your solar plexus has a sound. Same goes for the colors. So each chakra has a color. Your root chakra has red color. If you start wearing a lot of red, keep a lot of red things in your house, or play the sound constantly, the root chakra sound, which is Lam. If you keep playing Lam, 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 it will help in the root chakra. But when root chakra gets activated, it will be activated only for root chakra. For sacral chakra, you have to work separately, and that's why I said as you go above. Chanting Om also is very beneficial, because Om also has a very, very strong sound which works very well. Okay. So now this is a very important information, because when you have unblocked your throat chakra, that's when you will start living in the 5D reality. When you have unblocked your throat chakra, you will speak very independently. You will not be fearful. You will speak your truth. Only fearless people know how to speak their truth. Even if your other chakras, like upper two chakras, are still not totally unblocked, if you manage to work till your throat also, throat chakra, which means root is for working, sacral is working, solar plexus is working, heart is working, and throat chakra is working. Throat chakra will give you a lot of power to speak to many people, to talk to many people. You won't get affected by other people's stopping you or negative energy, because on a daily basis you will meet a lot of people. You'll have a good type of wit also. You'll have good type of sense of humor also, for your personal self also, and sometimes for others also. You will not take many things personally. Even if you end up taking something very personally, it will not be for a very long time. But this also requires constant practice. Even if Buddha got enlightened, he did not stop doing his inner work. Some people think that, okay, I'll do inner work today, but I'll not do inner work tomorrow. It will be fine. No. If those people who are doing inner work daily, and they are doing good inner work, they are in it for a long time, and their chakras are also working fine. If they don't do inner work even for a day, they know it. They feel it. They feel a dip in their energy, and immediately when they start chanting the mantras, the Bij mantras, whatever they do, it will give them some kind of a relief immediately. They'll be more focused, they'll be more energetic, and obviously awareness of the mind is very much required. Discipline of the body is required. Diet is very important. You can't just keep eating anything and everything you want to eat. You will be very conscious of your diet, and you will check what you are eating, and you will even check the timings of what you eat and when you eat. For example, this is just a small example, but I'll still give it to you to make it interesting. Curd, yogurt, whatever you want to call it, is very good for the body. But you should never have curd in the night time or in the evening. Late evening, you should never have curd, because it's not good for your stomach, for your digestive system. If you have curd in the morning, early morning, if in breakfast you eat curd every day, it will do really good for your body, for your system. Similarly, on the other side, we have milk. If you drink milk early in the morning, afternoon, it will not be so good for you. But if you drink milk late in the night, before you sleep, it will do very good for you. You will sleep very well. If you eat 2 spoonful of small teaspoon of ghee in the night, you will sleep very well. And then if you look at the English diet, you will see it's the opposite. They have tea in the morning, they have milk in the morning. It's not good for at least the ascensioners. It will not be good. If you are living a reptilian lifestyle, yes, those things will suit you. Even eating meat or drinking alcohol will be good for you, because you will be in a low frequency, so you will be matching those frequencies. You could be very wealthy, well off, successful, whatever. You could be committing a lot of crimes or many things. I'm not going to go into that. But even eating food, you will study food, you will study diet, you will work out, you will exercise, you will be connected with nature, you will be a very aware person. So first, you need to manage your 3D life, whatever you call it. And how you manage your 3D life, how you know your root chakra and your sacral and 3D is working fine. Heart chakra will come afterwards. And if you are able to consistently work on your third chakra, which is solar plexus, automatically the time will come when all your chakras will get unblocked. All your chakras, from below and from above. It's such a powerful work. Okay, but as I was talking about the heart chakra, the throat chakra, so first you need to see, are you independent or not? That is the biggest thing you need to see. Because if you are independent, then your root chakra, your sacral chakra and your solar plexus is unblocked. And what is the meaning of independence? Independence is not just by money, not just by wealth. You are independent. You are independent emotionally, mentally, physically and financially. These are the 4 ways you need to be independent. And independent means fully independent. Because when you manage these 4 things, then what will happen is that you will be living in a higher vibration where fear-based issues will not trouble you. And I'm talking about basics right now. I'm not saying you're so fearless that at 12 in the night you can go in some deserted park and sit over there and come back home without feeling anything. In some cases, it would be called stupidity also. Like, why do you have to do that? Why do you have to just test yourself out? But if some emergency situation happens and you have to go in the late night to meet someone, to help someone, and you manage to do it, and then you later on realize that, oh wow, I was able to do it. Nice. Now, if we look at our teenage years, or if we look at the time when we used to go out, I remember I used to party like the whole night. In the morning, I used to come back home sometimes, and I used to club hop, and I used to be in my own car. And back in those days, I used to have a corporate job, so I used to meet a lot of people. I think of it and I literally tell myself that what was driving me, what power, what energy, and I'm not saying it in a positive way, I totally mean sarcasm. What was driving me, what was giving me so much energy, that after working, and this was a weekly schedule, or sometimes it would happen 2-3 times in a week also. Friday nights, it was for sure. Friday is the day for Venus, and this is the reason why people start partying right on Friday night. That's why Friday nights are so popular, because Shukra is activated on Friday, and Shukra, Venus, has a connection with parties, with fun and frolic, with beauty, sexuality, many things are connected. So combinations of planetary positions also matters a lot. Some people have a very nice positioned Venus, but some other planet is not so good, or maybe some other intelligent planet is also activated. So they will have beauty, they will have love, they will have everything, but they will not do anything wrong or anything negative, because they will get some protection. And then there are certain years also. And now in ascension journey, you will realize one thing, that everything is good. At the end, if you are able to find your way, or if you're able to reach to whatever work you're doing here, whatever mission or purpose it is, then it will be worth it. Otherwise, you will be still trapped in that loop. Okay? So, Friday night, right after work, 7, 8, you go to a club which is close by to office. You're driving, you're in your own car. You take a few shots, tequila shots or this shots or that shots, whatever shots. You grab a few, chicken pieces, you eat them up, you get drunk, and after that you listen to all the techno or the trance or the whatever commercial music you listen to. You're dancing on the floor, you're going thumping, going crazy, and you're doing it for the whole night. And you come back home in the morning, you want to sleep, but you have work again. So you go, you get dressed, it's Saturday, it would be a half day. So, maybe in the afternoon you can come back home and take a nap, whatever it is. You are having a very heavy head, so you take a big heavy shot of coffee, or you take a nice glass of soda with a lot of lemon in it, and you drink it up, and you feel a little bit energized. You somehow work, you're groggy, you're tired, but you work. In the Saturday afternoon, your boyfriend calls you up and he says, "Hey baby, let's go for a movie." And you say, "Okay, fine, let's go for a movie." You smoke a few cigarettes, maybe you drink a bit more. Now Saturday, technically, if you study astrology, then Saturday is the day for Saturn. And Saturn is a disciplinary god. So, especially on Saturdays, you should not drink or smoke or eat non-veg food. Friday, okay, it's a day of Shukra, Venus, some people do it, alright. I'm not gonna get deep into it, guys. I'm just talking about certain things that you will be very mindful of. But Saturday, Saturn is a disciplinary god, and it will teach you how to get into discipline. Sooner or later, it will teach you. It is also connected to your health. So some people, they enjoy a lot in their teenage and their early 20s. But by the time they are late 20s also, which is actually quite young if you look at it. But by the time they are in their late 20s, they have a big, tummy, bulging tummy. They have some heart diseases, a blood pressure problem, this problem, that problem, relationship problems, feeling very sad, taking some antidepressants, going to this doctor, that doctor, not feeling that great, but you have to work also. And by the time they are in their 30s, by the time they are in their late 30s or mid 30s, it's another level of lethargy. They are just working to survive, make both ends meet, because now they have some loans that they need to pay off. The motivation is obviously been given to you from planet Earth, from the Maya. But technically we all know, because all of us have been in that lifestyle. And just imagine, despite living that kind of lifestyle, today we are living a spiritual lifestyle. And it is sometimes it's very shocking to even go back into those days and think that, was I this person? Like, was I the same person? Was it me? I was doing those things, I was doing those jobs, or I was dating those people, or I was going for those stupid parties, which now if someone would pay me money also, I would not go for those parties. And imagine driving around the whole night from one club to another, you're drunk. How do you drive around like that? I'm not passing judgments on anyone, and that's the reason why I'm taking my own case. I am talking about everyone. Okay, so because we are in a certain lifestyle, in an ascension lifestyle, slowly and gradually we start getting bored of it. But if you look at a lot of people who are living in 3D reality, they don't get bored of it. They keep doing these things till the end, despite having all the problems, all the health problems, all the issues. And I'm not saying everybody is doing it. Somebody could be having an addiction of gambling. Somebody could be having an addiction of drinking with their friends. Somebody could be going to a club, or somebody, blah, blah, blah. From the three-dimensional perspective also, people are not complete. People are not fully there. People are not independent. So independence is the key factor in knowing whether how much ascension work you have done. If you are not emotionally independent, financially fully independent, physically you have some issue always going on, that means you're physically not independent. So physically, emotionally, financially, and mentally. What does it mean by mentally? It means that when you need motivation, you don't get self-motivated easily. Take a lot of time to get self-motivated. A lot of effort is required. But people who are mentally independent, they will know that, yeah, I'm right now going through some issue. I need to pick up from certain place. So chakra knowledge is very, very important. Even if you are not getting downloads, because downloads come from your third eye. Channelings, downloads, intuitions, premonitions, energy readings, all these come from third eye. But if you don't have a strong solar plexus, which is your third chakra, then even if you get the downloads, even if you receive the messages, even if you receive information, it will not work well for you. You will not realize it, or you'll have some stomach problems, you'll have some stomach related diseases, you will have a problem always. Constantly you'll have stomach issues. You'll eat a lot of junk food. So when you eat junk food, you eat bad food, it's not like you want to eat it. It is the vibration that is attracting that food. You fix that vibration, automatically the problem will be solved. Okay, so these are just examples. I can go very deep into this subject, believe me on that when I say this. One more thing that I want to say to all of you all here is that when you heal your chakras, you don't even need to study a lot. You don't even need to read a lot of books. You want to know something, you will have a question, and somehow on its own the information will reach to you. Automatically it will reach to you. And that's why I say the biggest school is you yourself. What I'm also planning to do is, although I have personal sessions also, I do conduct those sessions, therapies and private readings, and you can check out the information in the description box also if you are looking for it. But I have realized that there are some people who are stuck in the lower three chakras and they are not able to manage somehow. Though I am doing the free public channelings also, but I'm thinking of doing like a group session where, you know, people can just pay like a minimal fee, and we can do it over the weekend someday, where I can have a group of 10 people or 15 people or I don't know, 20 people, that I have to figure out. And we can do a group session where everybody can ask one question. Just one question wherever they are struggling, whether it's in the root chakra, whether it's in their sacral energies, or whether it's in their solar plexus, whether they are having communication in sharing what they know, whether they are having problem in trusting in true love, or they are having issues with the mission work, or they are having problems with family members. Now they feel they have healed themselves, but because of the cord connection they have with the family, which sometimes we can't break. There are certain people in our lives we cannot go vanish out on them. We will have to continue with them, but we need to figure out an improved way where the energy does not get dissipated. So you can have all of those questions, but one person will ask one question, and maybe in a group session we would be able to accommodate more people, and we can have more questions, more interesting questions. The session would go on for at least 2 hours, 1.5, 2 hours. I'll figure out the time and all. If you like that idea, maybe you can comment and let me know. You can comment and let me know whether you like it or not. And you can also write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com saying that yes, I am interested in this idea and I would like to book a seat, and I'll let you know whenever you can book the seat, or whenever it's time to book it professionally fully. But at least in a comment section, if I get it, or in the email I'll get it, at least I'll know that maybe 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, 20 people, 30, whatever number of people are interested in it, and it would be a good time to conduct a session at least. So that also we can do, just to help more and more people. So check out the colors of the chakras. Okay, yellow color is for solar plexus, orange is for sacral, red is for root, and yellow is for your solar plexus, green is for your heart. Okay, so at least these four you can work out on them, because sometimes even your heart chakra gets awakened, it will have a big change in your life, because you will be in more trusting energies, you will trust the universe more. So on that note, I will close this channeling session, and I will see you soon in another one. Lots of love to you and lots of best wishes to you. One love and peace out.